Hey YouTube, welcome to the video, Sam here. Today, as you can see, for the first time in quite a while, I am in a different room. Same house, different room, because we actually got new dogs. So, well, a new dog, I should say, and she's causing a bit of a riot, so I thought I'd make the move and go into the room and to record for you. As you can see from the title, right down below, you've got a video from me, another day, another video, getting back into the swing of things anyway. This is a review on a scent which I've wanted to do for ages now. I've had this scent for about nearly 2 years and I've hardly ever used it, but I've really got into it recently. The scent is from YSL, which you'll all know, which obviously most people will know it from La Nuit de l'Homme or just L'Homme, or if you just get into the fragrance game, maybe L'Homme Libre with Gauche, maybe, if you can find that in some stores. This one is a very, very hard to find scent, like seriously hard, and it took me a good few months to even get anywhere to see where I ever sold this. I had to wait in the end for a couple of months for them to get it in, but they got a couple in and I got one in the end. This is called Opium Pour. This is obviously the EDP version, because the EDT one, the Eau de Toilette, the weaker version, is, as you probably all know, but if you don't know anyway, it's clear see-through. As you can see, it is a beautiful bottle. It's not all glass, it's plastic, but it's beautiful. I'm just going to bring it close to the camera, and yes, as you can see, my nails are back to normal ones. But yeah, so that's the bottle there. Nice little eye hole I call it, and obviously as you can see, the purple and the gold on the top. Yeah, I've got all the details on the bottom as well, just so you know. It's hard to really show on camera. Yeah, it's not showing up. Pop that off, and that's what it looks like when it pops off. And it's all plastic, as I said, but really is something different. It does stand out in one's collection. It really does. So, what to know about this scent? Well, it came out a while ago. 1995, I think it was. 95. So nearly as old as I am, really. Without giving too much away, and so it's been out for a while. Has it been, discontinued as scent from a lot of places? Yeah, it has. As you probably all know, this was sold obviously in a few of the major stores like Debenhams. I think it was Selfridges at one point, but they took it off stock. And the only place I've heard that got it from at the moment, obviously I got this one from John Lewis, which obviously, if you're from America, John Lewis is obviously a major player really in retail. So a really popular brand, but that's where I've got mine from anyway. So it is still available, just about, but you have to really wait for it, because usually you have to order them in, and once you've ordered them in, then you can actually get into it and obviously really get used to the scent, because they will be no testers usually anyway, so it's just a blind buy. But yeah, rare bottle, very hard to find. That's the main thing I'd say about this scent, but it's certainly very different, and I do stress that. Very different indeed. So who's the perfumer? It's Jacques Cavalier, and he has done some pretty good work in the designer game anyway. He makes Bulgaris, I think it's Aquamarine, I think he's done, if I'm rightly, L'Odyssée, I think he did Bleu L'Odyssée, which is a new one. He's done, what's he done? Yeah, it's mainly them two. I think he did Rive Gauche. What else did he do? M7, that was the one, M7. So he's done M7 as well, which I really need to get hold of. I haven't got hold of it, but I really need to get hold of it. I've had the M7 Oud Absolute, and I love wearing that. It's a beautiful scent, but I'm told that it's kind of similar, but kind of not similar to that one. So let me know in the comments, by the way, or send me a message, see where I can get that from, because I really, really, really want that scent. As a collector myself, I pride myself in getting scents that are hard to get hold of, and I've been searching for that for a while now, so any sort of help would be great, I would say. So, this is why when I look at the perfume made, a lot of people tend to just say to you, well, yeah, it was made by, I don't know, Joe Clark and Eleanor, that's it. I personally look into it and go, you know what does that say about, what does it say about them, what does it say about the intentions of the scent they made, and who's it made for? Intentions of the scent, for me personally, I see this as made for a high class event, definitely. And it's clear because I've not told you the notes yet, but the note breakdown is pretty simple, but the actual aroma it gives off and the aura it gives off really does persuade myself to wear that in a formal occasion. Not a work scent by no means. This is not a work scent, guys. I stress that it's not. There are reasons for that, which I'll go into in a bit anyway, to be fair. But yeah, spicy and a spicy classic and a formal scent. Yeah, that's what I'd say the intentions are for it. I think they've made the Opium, obviously, that sold well in the 90s, or it was 80s, 90s. Then I think they have to do what, you know what, let's just do something different. Let's just increase the spice and just make it more depth, and just not just depth, but heavier, a lot heavier. That's what I'd say. Really, they really thickened the scent. Think of it as Opium is like a little forest, and this one is just like the whole forest come together. So many trees, so many new smells. It's just that sort of thing. I'd say a lot deeper, a lot richer. I'd say. So as you all know, the top to bottom, what does the scent smell like? Well, I'll tell you what they are, and then I'm going to say what I think about it anyway, and what I get from it really when I smell it. Top is blackcurrant, which is kind of, you can smell that because it's got a little bit of sweetness that blackcurrant does have. On the mid, you've got pepper to add to the spice, and in the base, you've got woods, cedar, and vanilla. Woods, obviously, because that woods do give them that depth, that base depth. Most of the woods, time you get very deep sensual smells, it is usually the base which has that it protrudes from, essentially. The vanilla in the base gives it a bit more sweetness. So what you see is you've got the clear spice that you've got with this one. Kind of smells like cumin. I know that cumin isn't mentioned in the scent, but in the opening I smell a bit of cumin, but not too much by no means. But then you've got the blackcurrant and the vanilla in the scent. Obviously, everyone knows that smells like a sniff of blackcurrant juice from Robinson's. Vanilla, it was more really of a dry vanilla, but it's still got a bit of sweetness to it. So that little bit of sweetness you get is alongside the woods as well. So I think John Cavalier kind of just went, you know what, we can't have it to be too spicy, too woodsy. We've got to blend it all together in a sense. We've got to bundle it all together, I'd say. And so they add a bit of sweetness to it, but nothing too heavy by no means. It really isn't like Black Excess sweetness or like Rose's Vanille from Mancera sweetness. No, just a little bit of hint to it. It dies down very quickly, no way too far. Yeah, that's what it is. That's what I get out of it. I just get this rich smell. I really do, and I love it. I'm going to spray it on, as I do like to give a quick burst of an opening, shall we say. I'll do, because I'll let you know with this scent anyway, because there's a couple of things to the scent. Jeez, that's heavy. Right, okay. So yeah, what would you say about this scent? These few words that you would say. Because if you're going away from this video and thinking, right, what did he say about this scent? Well, 2 words I say to you: spice and intense. That's what I'm saying. Spice, intense. That's what I take away from this one. Spice and intense, heavy spice, and it's got this muskiness to it as well, which really alludes itself to a masculine man, a very much not a much sexual sort of person, not a young person, or certainly if they're young, they're very mature in their ways, I'd say. I really do. That muskiness does definitely come through. It's the kind of muskiness you get from Tom Ford Noir in the base anyway. You got a little bit of incense, bit of spice. Definitely get that, but I'd say this is definitely more for the mature man, without a doubt. Bottles, obviously, I said the bottle is beautiful. It will stand out in any collection in that sense, I really would say. So main things you'd like to know: projection, longevity, and wearability. So we're going to longevity first. Longevity with this scent is an interesting one. Longevity is kind of like, well, beast. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Beast longevity. Longevity for this, I would put up there, well, in the designer game, I'd put it way up there with Quarum. I'd put it way up there with definitely Dior Intense. What else would we say? I think what else you put there. L'Odyssée. I'd put it way past L'Odyssée, to be honest, but it's just incredibly powerful. I am talking longevity between at least 8 and 9, depending on what, 8 and 9 hours, not minutes, 8 to 9 hours, upwards to about, I think most I've smelt on is about 15, 16 hours. Really is heavy in that sense, and it's really, really strong. Projection, as you can probably tell, like most scents that have good longevity, projection's good as well. Projection is also a beast, and it is just like a 90s beast, just like the Le Mals and the Fahrenheits that came out, and this is alongside them as well. It's a beast mode, absolute beast. And what I say is, when you wear this scent, in the first few hours, first 1 to 4 hours, the whole room will literally feel and smell it, and you won't even need to have to go past them. You know, you sort of brush past someone and they kind of smell you, and you smell that scent, and you can't, in your head, you're thinking, oh, that's nice, but you know, I won't tell them, it's fine. That scent, you don't have to do that. You just got to be in the same room as them, and they'll smell it on you. Definitely smell it on you, and they'll sell the spice, because in the base, that's when you get the spice and a little bit of sweetness coming through. So it gets rid of this musk and gets that spice into it, and that's what people are going to smell, and they really like it in that sense. Scent bubble after that, up to about 9-10 hours, I'd say. So as you can tell, absolutely massive for a designer scent, which this cost me, if I remember rightly, it was about £75, something like that, for 50ml. So it's a big bottle, but it's only a 50ml. So yeah, very cheap in the sense that what you actually get for it anyway. But it's, again, it came out in the 90s, so it's a 90s powerhouse. Wearability. One thing which pulls me down on this scent, it's very hard to wear. How would I describe that? Well, it's hard to wear because it's so strong and so powerful, you don't want to offend people. Like a work scent, you can't have this in a work scent, it's just way too strong. If you're going to wear this, spray it on like 3 or 4 hours before, and at least it gets to dry down, it's not as heavy. But whatever you do, I advise you, right, and it's only advice, but I advise you, whatever you do, don't win the back at work and you go, you know what, I need to smell good, I'm just going to spray some Opium Prom on. No, don't do that, please. For the sake of everyone around you who will in their heads thinking, shit, this is way too strong. No, we can't have this. No, leave the shop. You're dismissed. No, don't do that. You'll offend people. Please don't, for the sake of everyone around you. Rant over. Yeah, and it's formal occasions only. But it's got the boom factor. That's what I call this scent. The boom factor. Boom factor, 10 out of 10. Wearable factor, 3 or 4 of that. It's just a tough one to wear, I would say. A really tough one to wear. But I've made this very clear, it's just incredibly strong. So when you spray it on, do not expect to wear a scent any point in that day, because it'll still be on your skin anyway, or sit with me anyway, and that's what I get from it anyway. So, the good and the bad and the ugly. Get to that point, guys. Well, we'll start with the bad. Well, no, we'll start with the good. Performance is huge, as I've already mentioned. It's the dry down which does it for me, because the actual dry down is beautiful. It's beautiful spice. Beautiful, beautiful spice. That incense and spice, fantastic. Love it. And I don't really usually say this, I mean, good and bad, but you know what? It's hard to get hold of. You know what it means? That means people aren't going to be wearing this shit. No one's going to be wearing this, and that's a good thing, because no one's going to smell like you. And one thing that I personally, one thing I really actually hate, and a lot of people do also hate this as well, but they don't tend to say it out loud. I can't stand it when, you know what I mean? You can't stand it when someone's wearing the same scent as you, and then the other person's getting these attention like, oh, he smells so nice. Oh, he smells beautiful. No, go away. I'm wearing another scent now. If someone's wearing Dior Intense and I'm wearing Dior Intense, I'm sorry, I'm going for a wash, and I am getting on something else that's going to be different. So, if you want to be different, this is the way to go. Bad, hard to wear, as I've already said, and the opening is just too in your face. It's literally, this opening is like getting kicked in the face. Kicked in the face with a boot, just getting kicked. You don't want it. You do not want it in your face. You want to literally run away as far away as you can from them. So yeah, that opening of just heavy spice and that dry wood smell. No, just no. It's the musk which does it as well. The musk just is way too strong for most people. Personally, beautiful. I love it. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. I'm a sucker for 90 cents. I really am. I think most people are that are collectors anyway. So yeah, and the age, as I was saying, the age is, well, I hate saying age away because I'd say, instead of, people say to you, what's the age of them? Would you recommend it for? Well, you know what? I wouldn't recommend it for. I wouldn't recommend it for a teenager, to be honest, who is just going out doing enjoying life. No, don't do that. You're going to ruin your friendships because they're going to hate you for wearing this scent. They don't want to be around you. No, don't do that. I'd say maturity. Maturity, definitely older maturity. So you can be 24, 25 and be mature and you'll be rocking this every day. Just not at work. Just not at work. So, yeah, hard to wear, but personally, maturity-wise, you've got to be a bit mature to wear this. And I think in a way, you've got to be mature to appreciate this as well. That's a very key thing, I'd say. So, because of the wearability, and obviously, is it a try or is it a buy? Personally, it's a try for everyone. Because I think it's gonna develop you you develop your nose, develop that scent bubble that you're used to, and just develop your journey as fragrance lovers, obviously. And if it's not fragrance lovers, if it's just people going for a scent, if you smell this and go, oh, that's a bit different, doesn't mean it's wrong, doesn't mean it's wrong, it just means it's different because you've not smelled it before. That's a good thing. I personally, and fragaholics will agree with me, I'm sure, on this, when you smell something different, it's like, yes, finally, something different, challenge my nose. That's what I'm talking about. That's the smell I like. So in that sense, it's a try for everyone. Buy, it will be a buy personally. If I was to recommend this, it'd be a buy for pretty much every collector. And not just have that beautiful box, a beautiful bottle in your collection, but simply to have this scent in your collection as well. It really does give you a little bit of a different scent, a different smell, just a different angle in your collection. Instead of having all the generics, your Creeds, your Amages, your Nasamatos, which are awesome, obviously, your Dior's, you know what I'm saying. This is just different, and I recommend it for every single collector, like myself. So yeah, I'd say try for everyone else, try for everyone, and buy for collectors as well. So this is my review on this beauty, Opium Pomme Eau de Parfum, the big, intense version of the intense man from the Opium line and from the YSL line. So that's what I think about this, guys, and I will talk to you later, and I will have a couple of videos up hopefully in the next week or so. Got things to do, so it won't be straight away, but it'll be in the next few weeks anyway, or days, should I say. It's probably going to be a list, or might be another review again, I'm not sure, depends. So yeah, hopefully I'll be getting some more reviews out, guys, and I'll be challenging your opinions and yourselves. And anyway, close this out. See you later, YouTube. Enjoy the nails. Ta-da! Bye bye.